So the entire time I'm meditating for this message, I'm hearing the root of the matter, and I'm hearing India Irie, heart of the matter. So we'll start with a quick prayer as always, and then we'll hop right into the messages. Thank you. Thank you so much, Most High God. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father. Thank you so much to our angels, ancestors, and our spirit guides. Thank you so much for the messages that you will have for the one who is watching. Thank you for allowing me to be a conduit, and thank you for allowing them to be a blessing. In your name, we thank you so much for what it is you're about to do. So it is, Ashe. Heart of the matter is what I was hearing. And I was hearing it's time to get down to the heart of the matter. Even if you decide that you don't love me anymore. Okay, first card out is the brown bear spirit. It's a number 9 and it says take time out. Okay. Learn from the past. And with that India Irie song playing, I know that that means that for someone, life has changed so drastically because of the shifts in relationships, but it was the shifts in those relationships, like some people growing apart, some people growing together. It was those changes that really helped the person, you, whomever this message is about. You'll know if it's about you, it's about someone that you were dealing with, that the relationship growing apart has taught so much about how to treat people, how to respect people, how to be more intentional with actions, small gestures. So much has improved, so much has transformed for someone. Forgiveness really is what things come down to. When you get down to the heart of the matter, forgiveness really is what it's about, because forgiveness is what sets you free. You know, forgiveness is where you come to this idea, or this understanding rather, that you can't change what anybody else has done. You can't force anybody else to see anything a different way. You may never see eye to eye with certain people. You may have said that, you know, I may never see eye to eye. We don't see eye to eye, but we can agree to disagree, or we can agree to respect one another, right? But it's something about the way that you reason. It's something about the way that you rationalize through things that a lot of people are not going to necessarily understand, because you seek counsel from the Most High God. You speak straight from the chest. You're a straight shooter. You trigger people a lot. And unfortunately, that is something that is part of your plan. Is something that, as chosen beings, is something that you just have to get used to. Because I know for a fact there are times when you could be literally just living your life, just participating, just peopling, just enjoying, no malice in your heart whatsoever. And somehow, some way, somebody manages to get pissed off by you, something you did, something you said, you know. And the spirit team is here saying, just let it be. You know, don't try to fight the current so much. Just let it be. Because that's literally just all it's going to be. For some people, they're going to be triggered by you, because when you come through, you kind of come through with a truth that people aren't necessarily willing to hear. Look at that. With the snake spirit. And it says time to heal on this card, number 55. So it's like, this is kind of like your energy sometimes when you enter into the room. It's just like, gasp, clutch pearls. Oh my goodness, what they gonna say, what they gonna do. It's giving Cat Williams, you know, like when they come into the room, it's like, oh boy, uh-oh. What if I said what, you know, people start retracing their footsteps. And It's not because you are malicious with it. I really do pick up the energy of a child with this energy, where children just kind of happen to tell on people, but by mistake. They're not doing anything maliciously. It's just that a matter of what is truthful in their heart. And that happens a lot with you. It's left you as a loner so many times. But the root of the matter really comes down to what you feel about yourself. Reclaim your power with the Panther spirit is in reverse. It's a number 44. Sometimes you have to take those moments of pause to try to really think about what your heart is doing, what your heart has been through, because sometimes we have experienced trauma that we won't give, I'm not going to call that trauma. I'm not going to give that any credit, right? But it doesn't mean that it's not something that hurt. We have Trust the Magic, number 66, White Raven. And then we have a number 22 that's in reverse. It's the Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion, and it's in reverse. So you've had so many power numbers to show up in your reading so far. You had a 55, you had a 66. Now you've got a 22. Okay. And with this being in reverse, your angels are tapping you on the shoulder with love, reminding you that you play a bigger role in creating your reality than you give yourself credit for. They want you to have radical faith in your mind, in your soul, in your body, in your believing, in your being, in your knowing. Radical faith of improvements around you, renewal of relationships, healing in your mind, your body, and your soul. An overall makeover, a renewal, a renewed sense of gratitude. I'm hearing that you have to be truthful with yourself and remind yourself of all the things that you have to be grateful for, all the things that you are, because I feel like life has tried to make you feel as if you are not who you are. And who you are is this leader, this stag spirit. This is a number 58. You have to think to yourself, what is it that is important to me? What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm thinking? The thoughts mean so much. Who am I listening to? And of those who I'm listening to, are they listening to God? Are they really, truly delivering a message that is meant to help me heal at this moment in my journey? Making sure that when you do, seek counsel, that you're going to someone that you have vetted, all right? Because you have to know that there are some people out here who their goal is to, they don't have any real power, but they want to set traps in your mind, and I have seen that in my personal life, and the thing about it is you might think that you're not important, that nobody notices you, that there's nothing special about you. Nobody would be jealous of you. You might think that about yourself. All the while, it's these spiritual snipers sitting back. They see your light and they want it so bad. So they'll try to make you feel like your light isn't real. But I'm telling you, as confirmation, you really are a chosen being. And you're a chosen being because you desire to improve the vibration of the planet. It is your earnest desire. You are not playing games about it. There's so many times where you bite your tongue for the greater good. There's so many times where you speak, even when you're afraid, for the greater good. There are so many times where you have fought for the greater good. There are so many times where even if you had to come back and apologize later for being wrong, you stood in your truth, right? Because you had to be an agent of change, you know? And for some of you, there have been relationships that were sent in your direction to distract you from your path. Warlocks, witches that were sent in your direction to keep you from going forward, to break your heart so bad, to hurt you and harm you so bad that you wouldn't go on. And so with the heart of the matter, the root of the matter, forgiveness, even if you decide you don't love me anymore, at the end of the day, you have to decide what comes out of you. Do you choose to still generate and vibrate love? Even though somebody really tried it in your life, they really came into your life, into your space with the intention to try to make you do something other than what a chosen one does. They wanted to betray you, hurt you, harm you in a way that you had to join the low vibe crew. But you said, no, I'm not a part of the low vibe crew. That's why it hurts so bad, because I can see that you were right there at the cusp. You were right there at the precipice of being part of the high vibe crew, but you blew it. You blew it. You chose the low road when it was your time. It was your chance to really show what team that you were playing with by dealing with me. That's what I'm feeling from so many of you all's situation. It's like these people were brought to you, and it was an opportunity to truly, truly heal something deep down within them. All they had to do was choose love, and they didn't choose love. And their goal was to try to get you to choose something less than love. And so they did the worst. But because you still choose love, you know, there's grace in this space. I'm hearing there's grace in this space, that you understand a bigger picture, and that the fact that there have been moments where you didn't get the bigger picture, that's part of the reason why your team is calling you to take time out and reflect on these events of the past. You know, don't be so serious. I'm hearing, why so serious? I'm hearing that. So it's like they don't want you to be so uptight about the energy. They want you to rewrite your own truth. Trust in the magic. Trust in the fact that even when situations happen like this, where it feels like it's just a catch-22, that because of your love, because of your faithfulness, because of your desire and earnest belief in love, that's the reason why everything is going to be fine. Everything works out well for those of us who love God. And you love God. You love God. You care about your position in the greater good, in the collective. You care about it. You know, third eye chakra, you see the truth. Helpless and hopeless. You do. Let's see what's going on with this helpless and hopeless, because I feel like this is a really big energy. Refusing to see, I just saw. And with this, truth transcends illusion. It's like the helplessness and the hopelessness is really stemming from the energy of not believing in yourself, not believing in the fact that God will provide for you. This is real big call for you to believe that God will provide for you. You know, come out of disbelief. Come out of disbelief. Last card to help with this helpless and hopelessness. If you're in need of a mentor, I am open. If you need a chat or a reading, everything at this time is going to get you a conversation. Let's see. Final advice for this helpless and hopeless energy. Oh my goodness. The advice for this energy, this helpless and hopeless, is aloneness. That's the advice. The advice is aloneness. Time out. Spiritual time out. That's what it's time for. It's time for a spiritual time out. It's time for you to acknowledge the burdens so that you can set them down. It's a situation that we've been talking about. You know how it hits in your life, but there's a situation and it has been weighing you down. I'm hearing the little red hen, honey. Only when it come time to eat, everybody come to the table, but don't nobody want to help. Yeah. So The advice here is to be alone. Be alone. Take a spiritual time out, reflect on the past, but just because you're with yourself doesn't mean you got to be sad and drab. No, this needs to be a time of you rewriting this truth with the third eye energy here. Focusing on what it is that you truly want to experience and experiencing the feeling in your heart. You know, experiencing it now. I'm hearing like, let's play a game of pretend, like for real. Be alone with yourself, but be with yourself. You know, don't be by yourself. Be with you. Really be with you. And take this time to receive, this time out to receive the downloads information you need to be an effective leader, because you're already a leader, but you want to be an effective leader. And come together with what the shadow has for you, okay? When you're alone, you learn how to self-illuminate. There's no light in this picture. There's no source of light other than this man here. Okay, there's no lantern, there's no light, there's no stars. When you're alone, that's when you learn how to self-illuminate. Okay, you don't have to depend on any outside source in that position. And you learn how to trust yourself. You learn that you are already made of the stuff that pioneers paths. You learn that you don't have to carry this burden for other people. You learn that, yes, there are times when you might have to walk alone. But the longer you stay faithful, the more you'll see that, I was never walking alone. I had a whole squad here with me. Okay. So change your perspective around this time of being with yourself. Are you helpless and hopeless? Are you becoming everything that you need to be? Are you self-illuminating? Are you receiving from God? Are you in the perfect position to receive, right? And then to give. All right. So it's up to you on how you see that. I'm going to leave this message here. I hope this message has been of some assistance to you. If it has, let me know. And we'll talk again soon. Bye.